Thamani, TokenBRICK, and the long run toward health equity. Civilizations advance when individuals choose creation before compensation. The Boston Marathon for Global Health 2027 is more than a race. It is a global signal that humanity can build health equity through disciplined contribution. Through the Actuate Society of Decentralized Science, we are transforming endurance into innovation, linking human effort with blockchain solutions like TokenBRICK that convert dormant assets into living systems of health, water, sanitation, and maternal care. You are invited to participate in this movement. You do not need to travel to Boston to run. You can run wherever you are in the world, on your local streets, village paths, city parks, or countryside trails. Every mile you run becomes a declaration that value must be created before reward can be realized. Join us. Become a member of the Actuate Society of Decentralized Science. Step forward as a builder of global health equity. The future will not be negotiated into existence. It will be run into existence. The architecture of value before reward. Civilizations do not decline from scarcity of resources. They decline from scarcity of meaning. When societies forget the ancient law that value must be created before it is claimed, the Natia principle of Thamani, the law of value before reward, restores this lost sequence. It reminds us that compensation is not the beginning of prosperity, but its echo. In the emerging architecture of decentralized science, global health, and blockchain economics, Thamani is not merely philosophical instruction. It is operational code. It is precisely this code that finds its technological embodiment in TokenBRICK and its human ritual expression in the Boston Marathon for Global Health 2027. Together, they form a trilogy of transformation, mind, machine, and movement through which value is generated before reward is realized. Thamani, the physics of value creation. Thamani asserts a simple yet revolutionary proposition. Creation precedes compensation. This principle dismantles the illusion of entitlement that dominates modern economic discourse. The Natia fellow does not begin by asking what the system owes him or her. The fellow asks what new structure can be built that makes systems more coherent, more efficient, and more humane. This insight aligns deeply with Stoic philosophy. The Stoics taught that virtue lies in focusing only on what is within one's control: effort, discipline, service, and character. External rewards, such as wealth, recognition, or power, are classified as preferred indifference, welcome but never the goal. In both Stoicism and Thamani, the individual becomes powerful not by demanding outcomes, but by mastering contribution. Thamani is therefore not charity. It is strategic creation. It is the recognition that trust, reputation, and prosperity compound only when value is consistently front-loaded into systems before extraction begins. TokenBRICK, Thamani encoded into infrastructure. TokenBRICK stands as one of the most precise technological manifestations of Thamani in action. Across Africa, vast reservoirs of wealth exist in informal real estate systems. In cities like Lagos, fewer than 5% of properties possess formal legal title. These homes, shops, and parcels of land contain enormous latent wealth, but remain economically immobilized. Hernando de Soto described this phenomenon as dead capital, assets that exist physically but cannot participate in financial circulation. TokenBRICK resurrects this immobilized wealth by transforming land into a living generator of both economic and health value. By wrapping properties into special purpose vehicles and issuing ERC-compliant security tokens, TokenBRICK converts static property into fractional, enforceable, and tradable ownership. But the deeper genius of TokenBRICK lies not in tokenization itself. It lies in its alignment with Thamani's moral sequence. Before wealth is extracted from land, TokenBRICK creates value by verifying property ownership through rigorous due diligence, creating transparent and immutable ownership records democratizing access through fractional investment embedding governance rights into community structures linking financial returns directly to health infrastructure outcomes. This is Thamani operationalized. TokenBRICK does not extract value from communities. It generates value within them first, allowing capital formation to emerge naturally from newly created trust, solving the mysteries of capital through value creation. De Soto identified 5 structural barriers that prevent assets from becoming productive capital. TokenBRICK solves each by applying the Thamani sequence. 1. The mystery of missing information. Thamani demands clarity before reward. TokenBRICK brings legibility to property rights through verifiable records, ensuring that value can be recognized and trusted. 2. The mystery of capital conversion. Value must be made usable. TokenBRICK converts physical property into standardized digital securities capable of trading, collateralization, and liquidity generation. 3. The mystery of exclusion. Thamani rejects gatekeeping. TokenBRICK lowers participation barriers through mobile onboarding, diaspora inclusion, and fractional ownership that invites communities into wealth generation. 4. The mystery of stalled reform. Thamani favors demonstrated results over ideological argument. TokenBRICK creates measurable KPIs that prove reform works, accelerating regulatory trust. 5. The mystery of scale. Value compounds through replicable systems. TokenBRICK establishes standardized templates that allow tokenized property markets to scale across nations. Through these mechanisms, TokenBRICK becomes more than financial engineering. It becomes a decentralized engine of public health transformation. From property to public health, the Thamani Health Pathway. TokenBRICK constructs a direct pathway from value creation to health equity. Step 1. Capital formation. Fractional property tokens unlock liquidity from previously inaccessible assets. Step 2. Investment in health determinants. Capital-generated finances water systems, sanitation networks, maternal clinics, neonatal power infrastructure, and preventive healthcare facilities. Step 3. Measurable health outcomes. Each improvement reduces disability-adjusted life years, DALYs, translating economic activation into tangible human flourishing. Under this architecture, every token represents both an investment instrument and a unit of health restoration. Property becomes a platform for survival itself. Stoic discipline and the architecture of delayed reward. Stoicism reinforces TokenBRICK's structural patience. Marcus Aurelius taught that excellence lies in performing present duties with precision while releasing anxiety about future reward. Similarly, TokenBRICK plans to reinvest early returns into infrastructure rather than short-term speculation. Delayed gratification multiplies systemic resilience. Early liquidity channeled into education, infrastructure, and capacity building, ensuring that prosperity rests on foundations rather than appearances. In Stoic terms, TokenBRICK converts volatile external fortune into stable internal. The Boston Marathon 2027, Thamani in Human Motion. If TokenBRICK is Thamani written into financial architecture, the Boston Marathon for Global Health 2027 is Thamani written into the human body. Running a marathon is the purest biological metaphor for value before reward. No runner receives a medal at the starting line. Every mile is prepaid through discipline, endurance, and silent preparation. The runner gives effort long before recognition arrives. The marathon, therefore, becomes a global ritual of Thamani. Participants in the Boston Marathon for Global Health are not merely athletes. They become living nodes in a decentralized health movement. Each step represents commitment to building global health equity before claiming personal gain. And crucially, this marathon transcends geography. You can participate wherever you are in the world. You may run in Nairobi or Lagos, You may run in Boston or London. You may run on mountain trails, village roads, or city sidewalks. The location is irrelevant. The principle is universal. Every participant contributes symbolic and practical value by raising awareness of health equity challenges, mobilizing communities around prevention, and resilience, demonstrating endurance as a model for systemic change, generating social capital that attracts investment into global health initiatives like TokenBRICK. The marathon becomes a decentralized proof-of-work system for humanity itself. The marathon as a blockchain of human trust. Just as blockchain networks validate transactions through distributed consensus, the marathon validates commitment through distributed endurance. Each runner becomes a validator of global health transformation. Each mile functions as a block added to the ledger of collective human resilience. Trust grows not from declarations, but from visible sacrifice. This mirrors Thamani's invisible ledger, where reputation accumulates through consistent contribution. The marathon demonstrates that value creation is not confined to finance or infrastructure. It lives in human willpower, discipline, and shared aspiration. Thamani as the convergence of technology, philosophy, and physiology. TokenBRICK, Stoic philosophy, and the Boston Marathon converge around a single truth. Sustainable prosperity emerges only when systems reward those who first generate value. TokenBRICK transforms land into engines of health equity. Stoicism trains individuals to focus on disciplined service over external reward. The Boston Marathon transforms physical endurance into a global signal of commitment to collective health. Together, they form a new model of global development, one that begins not with aid but with activation, not with dependency but with stewardship. The invitation, running toward a new civilization. The Boston Marathon for Global Health 2027 invites humanity into participation in this new economic and moral architecture. You are not required to be a professional athlete. You are required only to embody Thamani, to give before asking, to contribute before demanding, to build before negotiating. Run where you are. Run at your own pace. Run alone or with community. Every step you take contributes to a decentralized movement, transforming land into clinics, property into sanitation systems, and endurance into life-saving infrastructure. Conclusion: value opens doors that force cannot. Thamani teaches that prosperity cannot be seized. It must be generated. TokenBRICK proves that dormant assets can be awakened when trust precedes extraction. The Boston Marathon demonstrates that global health equity begins with individual discipline multiplied across millions of participants worldwide. This is not merely a marathon. It is not merely a blockchain protocol. It is not merely a philosophy. It is the long run toward a civilization that remembers the original law of flourishing. Value comes first. Reward follows. And when humanity runs together under this law, health equity ceases to be aspiration and becomes inevitability. To participate in the Marathon for Global Health, visit https://actuate.bio/Boston 2027.